Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited. First USAF T-7A Red Hawk unveiled. Qantas is A-game. Airbus confirms fleet expansion. Pivot Airlines crew may be held for up to 1 year for reporting contraband aboard. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. First USAF T-7A Red Hawk unveiled. The first T-7A Red Hawk advanced trainer jet to be delivered to the U.S. Air Force has been unveiled. The jet, one of 351 the U.S. Air Force plans to order, was unveiled prior to official delivery. The fully digitally designed aircraft was built and tested using advanced manufacturing, agile software development, and digital engineering technology, significantly reducing the time from design to first flight. The aircraft also features open architecture software, providing growth and flexibility to meet future mission needs. Quote, "We're excited and honored to deliver this digitally advanced next-generation trainer to the U.S. Air Force. This aircraft is a tangible example of how Boeing, its suppliers, and partners are leading the digital engineering revolution. T-7A will prepare pilots for future missions for decades to come," end quote, said Ted Colbert, President and CEO, Boeing Defense, Space, and Security. The T-7A Red Hawk incorporates a red-tailed livery in honor of the Tuskegee Airmen of World War II. These airmen made up the first African-American aviation unit to serve in the U.S. military. The aircraft will remain in St. Louis, where it will undergo ground and flight tests before being delivered to the U.S. Air Force. And after the break, Gary Ward receives Showmanship Award.
Skyleader Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skyleader has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skyleader's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskyleader.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. Gary Ward receives Showmanship Award. Gary Ward has won the prestigious AirShow honor of being the 2022 recipient of the Bill Barber Award for Showmanship. Ward's career has brought him into the aerobatics and airshow fold, getting his start in the USAF as a jet engine mechanic. Ward obtained a wrecked Pitts S2B in the mid-90s, rebuilding it with a friend and discovering aerobatics and honing his skills in private. A friend pushed him to get involved and join an airshow, flying his first in North Carolina at age 57 in 1998. JetBlue seeks to acquire Spirit Airlines. Earlier in February 2022, Frontier and Spirit Airlines seemed to be leaving the merger party, having announced a definitive merger agreement that would combine their companies to create a competitive, ultra-low-fare airline. They stated that the customer stands to benefit, including those in underserved communities, and equally important, job creation on both sides of the aisle. Ted Christie, president and CEO of Spirit, essentially said, "We do take Frontier to be our lawfully wedded business partner," adding that, quote, "We're a perfect fit," end quote. Australia gets a new airshow next year. Australians in Queensland will have something new to look up at in the skies, but they'll have to wait until next year, specifically August 2023. Late last month, the Pacific Airshow that originated in 2016 at Huntington Beach in Southern California stated they sought to, quote, "maximize the adrenaline rush," end quote, as the world's best aviators push the edge of possibility. At least for the next 5 years, they plan to bring an unprecedented airshow experience to the Aussies down under. Pacific Airshow will still maintain a presence in the USA. Mars Helo receives aerial survey job. NASA's Ingenuity helicopter has completed yet another surprising mission, this time surveying the remains of the Perseverance rover's jettisoned armor on the Martian surface. Ingenuity was tasked with the survey job by the Mars Sample Return Program, curious about the status of the rover's conical backshell that was detached during its descent from orbit in February 2021. The end result granted the program with 10 aerial images, color no less, taken during Flight 26. The lessons learned from analysis on the pieces should yield improvements in future design. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. Qantas's A-game. Airbus confirms fleet expansion. Airbus announced Qantas, Australia's largest domestic and international airline, has signed an agreement to order 12 A350-1000s, 20 A220s, and 20 A321XLR. Qantas has conducted evaluation projects to suit its desired mission, while also continuing to position themselves as frontrunners of the Australian airline industry. Qantas sought to add the A350-1000 to provide the capability for non-stop flights to London, New York, and other international destinations. In the A321XLR and A220, Qantas can cover Australia end-to-end, with the former permitting an Australia to Southeast Asia run. While the A350-1000, a double-aisle aircraft, is powered by Rolls-Royce's Trent WXB engines, the A220 and A321 and single-aisle aircraft, powered by Pratt & Whitney GTF engines, somewhat simplifies the maintenance and not having to deal with too much variety, but more importantly, perhaps carry less inventory. Qantas CEO Alan Joyce stated that the addition of these aircraft to the fleet opens up operational possibilities, chief of which was, quote, the tyranny of distance, end quote. Mr. Joyce foresees the A321 and A220 becoming the backbone of their domestic fleet for the next 20 years, and was buoyed by the confidence shown by the board in greenlighting the order, the largest ever in its history. And after these messages, Pivot Airlines crew may be held for up to 1 year for reporting contraband aboard.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
Whether you're charting a steady course or pushing for the ceiling, Hartzell Propeller has been elevating flight for over 100 years. It's in our passion for engineering and research. It's in our dedication to testing the limits of performance and creating propellers that are as safe as they are sexy. Now, together with our dedicated family of companies, we're propelling the future of aviation. We are Hartzell Propeller, built on honor.
Welcome back. Pivot Airlines crew may be held for up to 1 year for reporting contraband aboard. The story is an unusual one in which Pivot Airlines personnel, 2 flight attendants, 2 pilots, and a mechanic have been held in the country with no option to leave. The story began when the crew discovered 200 kilos of suspected contraband inside the plane and reported it to both the Dominican government and the RCMP on April 5th. CUPE says they saved the aircraft from a possible onboard fire or an air disaster due to the placement of the material on the aircraft. And of course, in karmic fashion, their good deed has not gone unpunished by Dominican enforcement. They were first held in detention for 10 days, and upon being freed, they were then barred from leaving the country altogether. After complaints about their treatment, the Dominicans have allowed the crew to go into a sort of witness protection. CUPE maintains that this procedure effectively punishes personnel for doing the right thing, and Dominican authorities have indicated that the crew could well be kept in the country for as long as a year while the investigation continues. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching!